what's up guys, Liam here. Today I got another video for you, back on Garry's mod, one of my favorite games of all time, and today I built this in my free time, the Hunley submarine from the Civil War, that served under the Confederate side. It was the first successful submarine to sink an enemy warship, so before this, no submarines had ever successfully sank a warship, or any other ones were civilian tests. And so, I wanted to show you guys the Hunley model that I made. As you can see, it has spar torpedo, which, as you can see, there is a TNT bit there, so it will blow up, as well as this explosive can here. The spar does not lower or raise, but it does look cool, and you can see there's a target ship out there that we will be attacking. And here's the cone end. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't make the ends too accurate, as this is Garry's mod after all. We have diving planes here, and there you can see all that exists of the inside because it's impossible to get on that scale in Garry's mod. Propeller here, which is 4-bladed. I know the real one was 3-bladed, but it's kind of hard to make it accurate in Garry's mod. Rudder. Here are the hatches that I made using paint buckets. Very interesting. Now, the reason they are so small is because that's how it was on the real Hunley, and they don't actually work. You have to know code to get inside. Here is the snorkel, which, just like the real Hunley, is not functional. This works, well, it doesn't work, obviously, but, like, the way this looks, I think is good, because I used, like, a computer bit for this, and it has these levers here, which is a full lever, but it cuts off here due to the hull to make it look like the actual snorkels. But now, it's time to test the Hunley. You can also see keel blocks on the bottom that I made using a ladder. So, the way the Hunley's torpedo work is not how a lot of you watching may think of it. See, a lot of you guys obviously are with the ocean liner community, and, you know, I am there too occasionally, but as you all know, I've been with the Great Lakes quite a bit, even though I've never been there. But right now I've been working on a lot of Civil War stuff. So, the Civil War, a lot of things were different to your contemporary ocean liners. Telegraphs weren't there. The submarines out of the Civil War, only 5 submarines were produced, and only 1 ended up sinking a warship, and every last one of them sank in the Civil War. That's kind of depressing, but, you know, every single submarine that was in the Civil War sank during the Civil War. But anyways, yeah, you can see just how different stuff was back then, due to how small the Hunley was, how its torpedo was not actually one of the torpedoes that you would see today. Torpedoes today, when you think of one, or if you think of them like World War I style, they're those little tubes that fire out the front of it that have the explosive on the end, they have the propeller on the back, and they run into the warship. Well, this one kind of worked like that, except for the fact that it was constantly fixed to the front of the Hunley, and you would have to ram the Hunley into the warship. And when it attacked the USS Housatonic on February 17th, 1864, similar to how I'm attacking this Albemarle class ironclad here, the torpedo detonates. And the Hunley's crew is basically killed by the explosion. Now, as you can see there, I have heavily damaged this warship. It is probably going to sink here. Oh, there it goes. Yep. The warship proceeds to sink. The only reason it's not sinking is because of this part right here. As soon as I break that, yep, it sinks to the bottom. But the Hunley was damaged heavily after its sinking. Well, not after it sank. It was damaged heavily after it sank the enemy warship, and ended up sinking not long later. And so, the Hunley was lost from 1864 up until the 1990s, and in the year 2000, the Hunley was raised from the surface using advanced methods, and it's actually in a museum now, so you can go and visit the Hunley. Anyways, one thing I should probably cover is how all the features on my Hunley work. So as you can see here, we have numpad 8 to go up, numpad 5 to go down. Arrow keys to move it around, and in fact, you don't even have to be inside to do the way Garry's mod works. And then we have another control, numpad enter, emergency surface. This immediately surfaces the submarine very hastily, and you can re-engage it, and now the submarine is under your control again, because if you hit the emergency thing, you can't move up and down with it anymore, because it toggles the hovering feature. Unfortunately, due to the way Garry's mod works, the submarine can just kind of, you know, fly, but that's something I can't really fix without making things really heavy, and it's already very heavy. I've made most of this zero gravity just to make it float the way it does. The warship's just dying over here. Poor unfinished Albemarle class. But the last control you're going to want to learn is the torpedo. Torpedo is the numpad period key. which the torpedo detonates, and it breaks the Hunley, and so it will damage you. As you can see, I've tested this multiple times already. I'm on 48 health. That's after 3 attempts. Now, in the real world, it is believed that that explosion killed the entire crew. It's still up for debate, but that's one of the most plausible theories, and I can buy that, really, due to the fact that they've discovered that the explosion went off right as the ship hit it, rather than the older idea that that the explosive broke off. They had to reverse to activate it. But yeah, that is the CSS Hunley there. I can give you guys one last good look at it on the surface here. As you can see, very tiny. As you can see, I am standing on the ground next to it, and I am taller than the thing. But, yeah, that is the Hunley. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next time, where I do pretty much whatever. Peace.